It's all about business here, selling weapons of war to Latin America, and business is good. But with a global economic crisis, why is there so much interest in arms for a region that's largely peaceful? Because Latin America is buying. Brazil's President Luiz Inácio Lula da Silva was here, as his country is planning to invest $2 billion in buying over 25 new fighter jets.
Here, the latest and greatest and most deadly warfighting technology is out in the open for everyone to gawk at. But it'll be behind closed doors, in private, that the billions of dollars of contracts will be signed.
None of the representatives from the Latin American governments we approached at the arms show wanted to speak about it, but the facts are well documented. Venezuela bought $4 billion worth of weapons from Russia in recent years. Colombia receives hundreds of millions of dollars from the U.S. military each year. Chile is buying jets and tanks. After a Colombian airstrike inside Ecuador killed a guerrilla commander last year, there is talk Ecuador is speeding up border defense systems purchases.
In Latin America, a lot of the air forces bought their aircraft in the 1970s. And most of the nations now are looking at replacing those jets. The first one, of course, was Chile a few years ago, and now we have Brazil, and recently we've been in discussions in Uruguay and in Argentina.
But in a region with lots of poor people and no military conflict, some question if the money spent on missiles and jets couldn't be better spent elsewhere.
And there's no role for missiles, for tanks, for attack helicopters or jets in that field. What you need there is intelligence, is basic training for the police, prevention programs that could be done.
Most exhibitors here admitted that military sales in Europe during the economic crisis have dropped considerably, but the same is not expected here.
In Latin America today, we don't see any slowing down of the procurement process.
And even if the sales do slow, there is a belief it will be temporary.
If due to economic conditions they wouldn't be buying this year, they'll be buying next year. Or 5 years down the road, who knows?
And it's that type of confidence fueling the selling and luring the buyers. Gabriel Elizondo, Jazeera, Rio de Janeiro.